Despite professed right-wing identity, conservative politicians will not address the shooting in Las Vegas in any meaningful way. This was domestic terrorism, plain and simple. Speaker John Boehner was asked directly today whether he thinks this senseless violence was an act of domestic terrorism.
On the shootings in Las Vegas, do you consider that an act of domestic terrorism?
I'm not sure how I would describe it, but clearly we had a couple of sick individuals who engaged in a horrific crime, and our hearts go out to those families, especially to the families of those two officers who went down.
My friends, Boehner cannot push this off on illness alone. These individuals acted on fostered radical anti-government beliefs. The federal government was their enemy, and Jared and Amanda Miller were at war. And they're not alone. Conservatives should rush to condemn these individuals, but they won't, because they've cultivated the very environment in which the Miller's sentiment was spawned. The suspects likened the United States government to Nazi Germany. I wonder where they got that idea.
You go to the 1940s, Nazi Germany. Look, we saw in Britain Neville Chamberlain, who told the British people, accept the Nazis. Yes, they'll dominate the continent of Europe, but that's not our problem. Let's appease them. Why? Because it can't be done. We can't possibly stand against them. So we get to Obamacare. And what do all of those voices say? Can't be stopped. Can't be done. Cannot defund it.
My friends, this kind of rhetoric has no place in American politics. The idea that anything President Obama has done compares to Nazism or fascism is offensive. But a group of Americans believe this to be true. The fact that some Americans are desensitized to the frequency of these comments is utterly dangerous. Neighbors of Amanda and Jared Miller were familiar with their violent tone, but didn't believe their threats.